Hello and welcome to your quick news, current event, and stimulus update. In the news today, Congress needs a little bit more time to work out their funding. We're going to look at how these vaccines are coming about so quickly compared to vaccine solutions in the past. A physicist has come up with a way to create cheaper masks that are just as effective as the N95 respirator. And then we're going to end off with some current events. So we made it through Monday. Let's keep that energy flowing and let's dive into our Tuesday update. As the government deadline for the government shutdown approaches, the House is going to need to vote on some stopgap funding to keep the offices open for another week for them to figure out a solution here. So now we have another item on Congress's plate for them to debate on and take time away from stimulus conversations. Murphy's Law is really coming into play here, as everything that can go wrong with COVID relief appears to be going wrong. Senator Patrick Leahy has expressed his opinion on this, saying, "I think it's stupid. We could have done this weeks ago." I say we probably could have done it months ago. I think a lot of us feel like he does. What I would give to just be a fly on the wall of these negotiations for the past 7 months, it just doesn't really make total sense. Speaking of 7 months, though, it feels like that's also how long it took for companies to roll out effective COVID vaccines. The speed that these vaccines have come out has put a lot of fear and hesitation into people's willingness to take the vaccine, because typically it takes much longer to create a vaccine. So I decided to look a little bit deeper into just how did we get a COVID-19 vaccine so quickly comparatively? Traditionally, making vaccines required growing viruses in giant vats of cells, or like most flu shots, in chicken eggs, and then purifying them before next steps in brewing shots. These latest flu shots use what's known as RNA or mRNA. It starts with a snippet of genetic code that then carries instructions for making proteins. Once this is in the body, it turns basically into a mini vaccine factory. Companies like Moderna and Pfizer have been working on this technology for years now to fight other germs, including the mosquito-borne Zika virus. The moment China released the latest protein information for COVID-19, Moderna and Pfizer were off to the races to implement their latest vaccine technologies. And scientists believe that this technology will advance vaccine medicine greatly, and future vaccines will even be able to be synthesized even faster than this one. From here, a scientist in Okinawa has figured out how to create face masks that are as effective as the N95 mask, but does so much quicker and much more cheaply with his new technique. You'll never guess how he makes them. With a cotton candy machine. Seriously. Using everyday plastics heated up and then spun in this machine, he was able to create masks on par with the effectiveness of the N95 mask. So basically this creates a kind of plastic mesh that then becomes electrically charged while spun in the metal drum, the cotton candy drum, and microscopic analysis as well as comparisons to the certified N95 mask show that these cotton candy type plastic filters are just as effective as those N95 masks. Currently, the mask design requires a 3D printer though to create, and it's unclear if this will be possible to mass produce in the future, but hey, it's still pretty exciting if you ask me. Now, before we get into the current events, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you haven't already, it makes a huge difference, helps me battle the YouTube algorithm. And also, Webull is running an offer for just about another week where if you open an account with them and deposit $100, you will get 4 completely free stocks. You don't even have to spend the $100 and you get to keep the stocks, plus you'll be helping out this channel. So go ahead and do that if you're at all interested in getting some free money. Now on to the current events. Bob Dylan has sold his publishing rights to more than 600 songs to the Universal Music Publishing Group for an undisclosed sum of money. Now, if Joe Rogan got $100 million just to move his show to a new platform, Mr. Dylan must have gotten at least that much for all of his songs. Moving on, a giant 3,500-ton stockpile of munitions from World War II was discovered sitting underneath the Bernese Alps in Switzerland and must be cleared for obvious safety reasons. But this isn't going to be an easy task. Removal of these stockpiles could cost billions of dollars and evacuate people from their homes for up to a decade. Now from here, remember that Christmas tree that was delivered to Rockefeller Plaza last month? Well, it turns out there was a little friend hiding away in there. An owl tucked away in the tree made the 170-mile journey from upstate New York to the city. Fun little ride. And that's it for today. Stay safe and of course, have a profitable day.